that you hand the steer to me. That you hand the steer to me to usher in a new government, a new management style that will give us additional results. We have to ask ourselves a number of questions in making that choice. If you want someone you can trust to come up with innovative and impactful ideas to transform Ghana, then it is Dr. Bawumia. If you want someone with personal integrity who can be trusted to fight corruption, then your choice is Dr. Bawumia. And if the person you have in mind is someone you can trust to work tirelessly and selflessly for Ghana, then it is Dr. Bawumia.
All right, abusiyama memo bibia kwaba na memfa ombra Mega TV Afrikasi eso. Andra Sunday, I think so, 18th of August 2024. Ena NPP amanyuko no omo etimi koda omo manifesto edi na wutie nsem na nseno doso meme yakọ ne yakọ akotie nsem no aba na yakoba yenso yewo analysis bia ye de begu form amount and utie nsem ekoso na laughable esere keke say at the end of the day no omo betimi aka nsem we nyina enso there was a Ghana for yema yiri emfini say enkofo we edaso kitatumi no and they can do that, and as they can do whatever that they are saying no now omo kitatumi no and yenya engine from winsam tumi no enyam kodi bebia tumi no edaso ewo omo nchen entino I don't see the reasons why I was in Kofoi a babonting a sambi miki as if say Ghana for an atumino ya je from himself as if say omuyo opposition leaders. And I am very sad as Sir Keke. Me show mwandra me share Bawumia na me share nepo the way we see kasa or talk about corruption because of say they have not been caught. And the omuye krano it is more than say they have been caught. What you say, intino, they are boasting, say, enye corrupt, the incorruptible. Hey, Nepo, but the carcass in the Pono Munjano, Missy Nepono, Onono, with the Mujano, not on quiet campaign. The Ponqua team, the NPP co-position. Yes, Nepo, Mati Opoku Prempenquano, the NPP co-position with his own choice of words, will be so. Intino munjano na urano enye di oyi esre keke se ono ojina ono mekase Mahama corrupt. Mahama has been investigated in corruption. Ye bisa say if he has been investigated, was he was he found guilty? That is the question we have to ask ourselves. And nanado no omunye investigating look at the kind of Nima ACC and some more what you say, and some more na mempese mekase bebre mepese yanko na yankoti ensem no awmudi gu form no what you say bia no nya binti Bawumia atrosem ani ensem asebi onu anim se onimni timpe face ensem amekan. In fact, I can never be honest to what I am saying. And because already in some waka bebre we're making a lot of promises. The obeka to honum as a legacy at the honum. He has not been fulfilled it. What I say, wakan sim bebre into no anye Bawumia anya ne Ghana for ye baby huno what you say yenim tetemremu yenim no say na ye running mate edema yewra Akufo-Addo I need to say wabeji the presidency. We know him very well and we know what he can say. I want to mean this or you cannot atrocem ya ebano and throw and some hununi some feelings and can de Bawumia edimu akutene papa and the obeka de crowd a dozen says Ujanoa and so a muba kukure ni kwa uwe will beat me this war. Ye bisa dollar no so betchin and door can once a man now. Ye bisa if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you no can once. Yes, so these are the things I got Ghana. I was saying my dream Kosovo. Now we have to be very careful and also we have to be very focused about what Bawumia and NPP atrosemni ensema sibi oburusi benyado emfa puntu embro minor nanka medi minhu de ekoso a wonim se ade a wuyi wona okita tumi no and you have the any right, you have every right to implement every single thing a waka nti no wo twanya me de tumi na hya wo sade ende na wo yi nipa bonefo na wo ya adwum boneni na wontimi amfa mboa president Akufo-Addo amane ntimi amfa nwie ni 8 years in a good manner and I say in a good way and in a good name what you say no wanja good legacy honom na wadwum boninti wo se yento monwie na wa be implemented ya abusia. This is ensema entrosem what you say adanko dada dwe. And no, Bawumia will never do that. Don't fall for this blatant liar. Didn't trust to say Bawumia. Don't fall for him, and he can never and ever do it. Untimine simple, falling manner. Bawumia can never do it. Untimi. Enti Yankopon enshiraw. Endo ade ekoso e honum na watakrade. And amwe me secret bi ahiraw denti omudi kopiem e watakrade what you say. Enti twen nyabotre twen na yenkuti ensani bimbra audio ni doso so video ni doso but kakra yenyaye ena medi besom wo enti misra wada ayana opeso to aso a obetumi akọ page ni Bawumia I think so no on YouTube page okwa full video na na full speech no de omuye bia no obetumi nya na wono wakuti but we medi be analysis me take some key points bi nto hwe me kita me pen I take some key points bia maybe talk about it na yetimi move forward na bibi yetimi akoso Yankopon enhira papa nti nyabotere tina se na relax na penso bi si wonchen o ye den o take bi no na wo ye den o tie nsema ekoso e wo Ghana no mu campaign manifesto ni ntro sema o mu kuchire de gu nkrata so o mu di bebiri Ghana fo ani so as if say yankwada ukuruma yinim 2020 CFNC 2016 CFNC what you say 2024 so omo package ediba omo binsi gejimi omo san ediaba babidi ntro de akire Ghana for enti a mega TV mabano. I'm here to expose the lies and the just omo jokes and agorokra no mudie from the Koba Mega
that you hand the steer to me. That you hand the steer to me to usher in a new government, a new management style that will give us additional results. We have to ask ourselves a number of questions in making that choice. If you want someone you can trust to come up with innovative and impactful ideas to transform Ghana, then it is Dr. Bawumia. If you want someone with personal integrity who can be trusted to fight corruption, then your choice is Dr. Bawumia. And if the person you have in mind is someone you can trust to work tirelessly and selflessly for Ghana, then it is Dr. Bawumia. If you want a leader with a proven record who you can trust to create jobs for the youth, then it is Dr. Bawumia. If you are looking for the man who has the vision and the commitment to prepare Ghana for the fourth industrial revolution, the digital revolution, then it is Dr. Bawumia. If you are looking for the man who is more committed to protecting and using the natural resources for the benefit of Ghanaians, then the answer is Dr. Bawumia. Who will be more accountable to Ghanaians? A one-term president like my opponent, or a person who can look to a long-term development of Ghana, because he will return to you after 4 years to render an account for the long term? It is Dr. Bawumia. Who can you trust? Who can you trust to protect free senior high school education? The answer is Dr. Who has demonstrated to the development, who has demonstrated a commitment to the development of deprived communities like our inner city communities and the Zongo communities. It is Dr. Bawumia. Who can you trust? Who can you trust to provide bold solutions to improve our economy, create jobs, and improve social protection? It is Dr. Bawumia. Ladies and gentlemen, I am determined to make a difference, a positive difference. I am determined to use the experience I have earned over the last 7 to 8 years, from the challenges and the priorities we have tackled, from the successes we have chalked, to the hard work to succeed with you on the priorities that I have laid before you today. I will work for you, with honesty and integrity, with wisdom and decisiveness. I have clarity of mind as to what I want to do from day one as president. I will not ask you for a honeymoon to cool off and think about what to do with the responsibility you give me. I am prepared and ready to serve. You know what I stand for. You know my vision. I believe in the ingenuity of the Ghanaian. Together we can succeed in building a progressive society of possibilities, enterprise, compassion, open opportunities, and shared prosperity for every Ghanaian, born rich or poor, born in the north or the south, born Christian or Muslim, born a girl or a boy, a leper or a disabled person. I have never been president of Ghana before. Dealing with corruption is my next area of focus. Ladies and gentlemen, all governments have struggled with the canker of corruption in our society. People have been killed for corruption, and people have been jailed for corruption. But yet it persists. My view is that corruption operates in darkness, and we need to deal with it through openness and transparency and through digitalization. Our approach so far has been to deal with corruption after it occurs. My approach is to deal with corruption before it occurs. Digitalization is the vehicle. The Ghana card has enabled us basically to eliminate ghost workers from the Controller and Accountant General payroll, also from the SNIT payroll and the National Service payroll. Using the Ghana card and the elimination of ghost workers in SNIT and the National Service Scheme, we have saved 800 million Ghana cedis in just these two institutions. One of the most potent weapons against corruption is transparency. Many corrupt activities are cash-based. Apart from the obvious benefits of moving in the direction of a cashless society, the literature does indicate that more electronic payments are used in transactions as opposed to cash. The more that is done, the more there is traceability, and therefore the less corruption. I would like to bring Ghana close to a cashless economy in the shortest possible time. So far, the Bank of Ghana has made a lot of progress in this direction by putting in place a lot of payment systems and infrastructure. These include mobile money interoperability, merchant interoperability, the universal QR code payment system, the GH-Link debit card, eSwitch, Ghana Pay. We have put in place the necessary infrastructure to go cashless as a country. Recently, the Bank of Ghana has completed a pilot of the digital version of the Ghana cedi in Sefwiwi also. This is known as a central bank digital currency, or the e-cedi. The e-cedi is designed to work online and offline and will be launched by the Bank of Ghana in due course. The e-cedi will be the ultimate weapon in our fight against corruption because it will provide transparency, reduce the risk of fraud, robbery, tax avoidance, and money laundering, since it will be easy to track the movement of money and identify suspicious activity. The e-cedi will quicken the pace of Ghana's move towards a cashless or a near cashless society. We will also, ladies and gentlemen, implement blockchain technology and smart contracts for secure data exchange and transparent government services. Employing a distributed ledger technology improves transparency and efficiency. This will make all government transactions permanently traceable and not subject to alteration. I want Ghana to be the first country in Africa and one of the few in the whole world to become an all-government blockchain government. Ladies and gentlemen, in the area of care for the elderly, we will pass the An-Aging Act for the care and protection of the elderly. We will promote geriatric care training programs to address the growing need for elder care. We'll implement policies on the establishment of home care, nursing homes, and rehabilitation services, including assisted living and old age community living. We will create elder-specific social assistance schemes to cover those not currently covered by existing programs such as LEAP. In the area of the environment, ladies and gentlemen, we will enhance the protection of our forests and biodiversity hotspots. We will restore our forests through a reforestation program by targeting 30,000 hectares of degraded areas for reforestation and plantation development annually, establishing 1,000 hectares of bamboo and rattan plantations annually for watershed protection and plantation development. We are also going to be providing tree seedlings and plantation suckers in a minimum of 1,000 communities to enhance national reforestation and plantation development programs. We will protect and preserve our water resources by vigorously protecting both surface and underground sources, by ensuring that the provisions of the water use regulations are adhered to. We'll protect transborder water sources, notably the Volta River, and will effectively manage all water basins in Ghana. With our mining policy, we believe that we are going to be able to deal with galamsey, and that will help us protect the environment. Ladies and gentlemen, in the area of sports, the creative arts and tourism, we will use tax incentives, including a flat tax, to incentivize private sector investments in sports, tourism, and the creative arts. We'll implement an e-visa policy for all international visitors to Ghana to make visa acquisition fast and convenient for visitors. We will roll out a visa-free policy for all African nationals and all Caribbean nationals visiting Ghana.
All right, so expose time no adrohonum. Yes, expose time no adrohonum. Nti first of all, mami nka se mitro die nti a MPP for omudi omu campaign no ekopiem ewo Takoradi in the western part of Ghana no eni se se mu ina mbaka ya omu launch omu campaign na se omu onveli yera mati puku prempe ena nepo ne nkasaye ene ne attitude de bia Ghana for ye kan ho asema ontie ye ka so wura wi mu adio wura wi mu adio wura wi de MPP be ko opposition no ye kan kofo bi nti ase okoma na no so ne wadidi Kwame Nkrumah atem mo Kwame Nkrumah no kra no musi wa bobra musi wa ye adwuma chen wa be ye adwuma. You see, let me tell you something. In order to appease the gods and appease the chiefs and the people of Nzima in the western part of Ghana, no, and say, omo be teki omo manifesto no mo dia ko honom na ahemfo na huni say, oh, MPP for even kranum na pona no to oponsena no to Kwame Nkrumah nyina no wanu ne ho odoma manyukuo no na say wanu ne ho ya ye wonzima ha nso Kwame Nkrumah nkrofo na chitafo nyina no odoye nti yemfa weni nko ho no na de kwa ebesen ni warning bia na se besen ni signal bi e de amomo amomo se wo MPP for kra no omu ye oponso mu kasama ni twi Kwame Nkrumah ndi eka nyina no modoye man nti my yemfa ba nfa momo. That is the motive behind it. Se obubenya the attention of the Western, because the Western form, let me tell you, bra okasamane to Kwame Nkrumah obepa achewa omesi ombra himfi ansa achopa no masum no odo se okopie mu ahimfi okoye nsem okan ni na nso no, it doesn't mean and I say it doesn't show any respect biase urad wonu no ho. What you say and show respect biase wonu no ho. And sema okokan ye eni se osi nananom si se wakasale na no ato a na so mso mbra waba but onu gina na asema okan no hunfu so bia wo minim se wa video no, and this is the person that we are joking with him. This is the person and Ghana for ukona akoto aba edemo eye Bawumia. This is the kind of person that obedi him as a vice president. And a best shock me say Onokrano, he will be so annoyed and arrogant and pride than a Kufado. I'm telling you, Napu will be more than a Kufado. Into you say Yento Abamfama Napu because MPP for akukru manifesto no abeda huadi ewa Takoradi intino omudoye western part of Ghana unkoso wanjina honom. What you say, Munkoso and so mubodium na mum demonstrate and vote massively against Bawumia because of Mumumo. Omumu if da ben and omudi omu manifesto ba mo honom se omu belanchi abribia Ashanti region ene den ti omudi akohono ye bisa wo okay so omu say enye no nti edi nti Bawumia free north omu fa nko northern region because NDC for omu candidate every northern region omu de ko honom eti bibisa edi nti a Bawumia omu fa nko northern region so omu say enye Kwame Nkrumah nsem a eye na poko kan ye ma omu nya ahemfo na nyame ase pa edi nti a omu anye de omu fa nko northern region na Ashanti region because sisi no omu redi nzimafo any western part of Ghana na omu adwen hu sisi no omu buofu na po eti sa dia omu beto aba di etia nti ma yemfo manifesto no ko hono na enko hye omu ni munyamasa we ni munyamhunu ohini bia obama ho kwan anam so ama sa die wo begina hono ma campaign ya ma Bawumia ni na po no ohinkro no ye buda in the Zimaland ye bu ohin bia obefiri western abeka se mi supporto na police ankofo sense omu di manifesto na ba ha me see nada atrosem omo hyeda since when NPP for mu program ewo any other region other than Ashanti region since when we be so it because of tribal and tribal dispute nearby between the poor and Zimafo, according to Kwame Nkrumah Semokai, and I sorry, concerning Kwame Nkrumah Semokai, and a more mutabili, sir, Adino, at the Kohonomo. Now, and yet, Mohudontia, until you people should wake up and wipe your face. Wake up and what? Wipe your face. And don't say na po any Bawumia mo pay asem nti for that matter no mo show your door nti enso yenko ne yenko to abamomo. It is absolutely a lies, absolutely a scam. Omoboa entro fancy so yenko ensem na Bawumia ejina ho no ma na woka ho asem asif say nokware no oboa Bawumia di ntro me see key points bi o ma me manage ho. I am interested in it and I want to talk about it. First one, he spoke about corruption and even the Matthew Poko Prebe my money video, but me share video be also he spoke about corruption. And let me say it, corruption. If we are saying corruption, ye kase aban abako aban atinum, the corruption pa koso ewo na abemu Kufuado. The corruption akoso ewo na abamu a wonte ho hwe wonte so mo yi nipa na firi ho wonte se even nipa mo yi na firi kwa no mo prosecute no omo taking on ama omo ide na buga pele anye yente kroma na dwende mani mahama o prosecute no omo mo jeli no Kufuado bae why na wetimi aye for example Cecilia Abnada pa sika yo buko yi fi ni fie money laundry pa o sika yi sika ketwo sika we etimi bo Ghana bosia eye Ghana kwan ebie numa Ghana mobunu ye esan edibi education sector nim but special prosecutor edino omodi asene command no enkofo bi kita ne nsa ayesa omodi pen yamon ena obi mpese pen wo beji nti omodi ma wa na obi kita mu akire no no so twim o yiri ndindindin sa na Kufuado ye asem no omo anasa asem no because of the Ghana ye demand ye nti no ma the special prosecutor ne so nhwem but special prosecutor non person odi no kra beba nti no ono aso etwa ne ho eko trete no etwa ne ho eko chinchin no nti ye ka corruption yente kroma ena National Cathedral Ghana yisika twitwiri die me ka corruption bi akiro se Bawumia ba no so be fight ya yentro ebisa ono ankasa ye vice president he is still the vice president ena sa corruption we na akoso onyanya hu solution but enu gina hono ena o man ho samane be ba be fight corruption yenti kroma ena yewura president Kufuado si omini obesi asondan ediama nyankopon anyame na meka he anyame ena mekanye anyame akwasi mega me na mekanye na mum eye Akufo-Addo no ena okanye Akufo-Addo ena okase so Nyankopon nya na do no weni a he is going to build a temple, a cathedral, national one of course, a obibia be free baby abehwe na obebɔ mpae. Enti for that matter no oye na adwen se ono ankasa obesi na yekom yeye hwehwemu ehu se sa adi cathedral ya wura yisi anye ni sika Ghana for yisika Ghana COVID-19 baye trust fund na sika nkofo donate ye World Bank etwade maaye se sika ni nyina na akofa nkofo omudi akohye national cathedral no omudi si no na rewusem ewom ni se omusi ni bi nso obi nso dibi nkofo ano motete board so na ehu ye Duncan Williams, Otabel, Eastwood Anaba, any omo kan so fom penfo kuku da mokurum ha omo motisu na hu se adi ne ekwenye na ekwe betija nti miantwe ho mfiri so omo twe omo ho firi so enso na still na adi ne ekoso okuja tabla kwa ena ogina ne nan so Nyankopon hire wura wi not tomra hye bedwane NDC ni ogina ne nan so expose so called kusibuatin bia waye na adwen se ono ye architect ne de keka ho akofa architect bi fi Nigeria cheche ensem bisi basa ni na corruption na ekoso nti mama tu national cathedral corruption na ewo menye corruption ketwa yeti Bawumia nka wa sisi abrada pasika yeti Bawumia nka na bibisa wo yeti se Bawumia kasai. And this man standing on the podium bragging, talking here and there, me fight corruption, me say, or can say the ope. On Ghana for your Jimmy, and Tino, or Cassa said the ope. On the Jimmy, and your Cassa said the ope, or fight corruption. Yanti Kroma, and Uncle Foy, Omo yo margin say, Uti, COVID-19 by Ena Ghana airport, and Kofobin betina hono. Se omu screening na se omu take health screening se bia wo kwa omu check wa hwe se test wa test positive ni de kanka ho a sankofo we buy sika omu ji $150 per traveler or per passenger se wo ko se wo bo yebisa se sika no yebisa se ye friend den time ye friend Owura na woye health minister Kwakwaji Momanu, I think said Doma Central Member of Parliament in the Bono region. Ye fro owura na ebisa ne se owura sa ne ma wi akoso ye hu nipa kura o modi sa campaign no company kura o makotena airport o modi sa edwuma bra na be kire mo. Public Accounts Committee any the Health Ministry Committee in Parliament efrena owura na nya se papa biyo na de ba kwa na etwa me nso no wo mani se osan kokra enduro biscuit ni v na enduro no de ba ni na expire nipa yenye ya de akofa draba oba ni nduro na san expire enka sa nipa we enka that very day na ena wo so mo fire no Akufo-Addo e ma ne tena ase ebo adwuma gidigidi mi bisa se Bawumia kasa ya ma is he not a vice president and is he not having powers again? Masa, give us a break, Bawumia. So don't talk about corruption. I never be but Masheda and a malimate. Memowahu say Bawumia say when we talk about corruption, Bawumia is part of it. Or yegma just say Obia Omianchi Obia or say Ominya Cromfort, Minisi until say they will catch you and I'm doing so your Cromfort. Omia is working with people. They are what? They are looting and sharing this. Yes, Mukaze Ghana ye Japadia. Bawumia he is corrupt, so he can never fight corruption in this country. Yanko, I see 30,000 hectares of land, and omo be afforestation, omo be duenua. Me say me bisa o Sɛ nnua na ɔmo dua no Green Ghana Day, Green Ghana Day, Green Ghana Day no. Why ɛna wahu sɛ nkɔfoɔ yi aba abɔnten atwa picture bi akyerɛkyerɛ o ha nnua wei na yɛdua wɔ forest wei mu, nnua wei na yɛayɛ sei, onyini Akufo-Addo baeɛ for the past 7 years de nka nnua no nka by now ɔmo anyinyini, nka bi koraa so sɛ ɔmo tim ɛyɛ ne timber. Yɛbisa ebi nkɔfoɔ wei every year ɔmo twa sika puduo ɛde wuram Green Ghana Day, Green Ghana Day, Green Ghana Day. Na yɛde sika no na yɛahyɛ da akɔpɛ nnua na ɛsen trees bi na yɛde bɛgyina hɔnom na yɛtwitwa pictures na yɛakɔda na yɛgyaa no saa sɛ ɛyɛ Green Ghana Day. Nti sɛ Bawumia ɛdi ntorɔ ka sɛ ɔrebɛbie about 30 hectares of land ama yɛde adua nnua a ɛyɛ ntorɔ. Ɛsi ɛyɛ ntorɔ. Don't fall for it. Ɛyɛ sika. That is the means of another money laundering. That is the means of looting. Omo sia beye na omo de wie sika because the other ones na Akufo-Addo si wodua no omo ntwa bi embra mekere wo TV so. UTV for mo na de bia mo capture omo news. Go and capture it. Joy News, go and capture it. Adum News, Adum TV, go and capture it. Angel TV, go and capture it. Onua the other national media na monko capture na yebehwe Green Ghana Day no de bi omo de adwane yasom yedua nnua no forest ban mu eno modua no forest ban mu ti krom ha modi galamsey yebeduro enti na meti se osan ka se we will protect our water resources. Hey, Bawumia we na adwen yedwuma. I'm asking no. This akwe na adwen yedwuma. Dr. Bawumia. I'm running tea and I've been prompted. Monfanche me ebia ne yemwie be beto aso. Dr. Bawumia so be protect your water bodies. Ayenkofo we ena modi galamsey essence ase no. Ayenkofo we ena modi galamsey essence ase chama wontumi galamsey wo turu wa shanti we dan ayenkofo we ya. Enti no yentwen ma aban we ya wo ka ho bi no omo sense as ni wi meto abama na mbedi ni monka se o afedi me maba metimi aye. Does it make sense? If you have any powers to do that, no, do it now. Dr. Bawumia, if you have any powers to protect our water bodies, yenisisia because in Sony say what if say to abaman yetuna se wenye. Let me tell you, a trona dada. Dr. Bawumia can never do such a thing untiminye a tro. Because he thought say Ghana for ya dream moha. He thought say you Ghana for you Friday and tentem. Because Yewra President Akufo-Addo can maybe I'll put my presidency along the line and fight galamsey and now buy one yet or failing so on one kasa and mutu galamsey and Bawumia so per se or no so nim so ba obetimi aka the same thing now I den wako no be di o mani sika no wase no ko. It is a lie. It is a lie. Yempene. Inti okase obe fighti galamsey obe fighti for the protection of our water bodies yentro. Utimi ya ye disisia. And he will engage the private sector in sporting activities. Masa enyan kwada wo kurum ha. Udin tro chire. Bunse ye kobo African Cup na president mu wa charter plane na de kugina hono na ohwebi meanwhile economy ni nye so sika na odidi se adwuma no odi wuram astro test wo kurom ha nyina no mo ya endi na wotwe na tete na asai na tell na say we be engage private sectors entro private sectors investors nyina no mo gu mo adwuma enti sika ben enom benya ombi be wuram sika pen enom benya no be wuram masa edu ba ni mo di ntro na mo hwe gu se Ghana for we are no more case we are no more in the olden days amutimi ba na mo be di ntro na mo di ache na moko. This is not the time. Enti edu ho no ma mo nka se ye jimi enti oba be kan se mamope and visa free to all the African neighboring countries. Yebisa eko na mokasi yebidi no. Yedia na eko na mokasi wobidi. These people are they are just frustrated liars. And they lack vision. And in summary, I've been prompted, Mufanchemi, and Tisanka may go into deeper. But the double mood Bawumia, don't fall for him because he is a criminal liar. He can never fulfill whatever that he said in his manifesto or the manifesto. This is the time. You are still the vice president. You are still ruling Ghana. You are the second in command, number 2 in this country. So why can't you do it now and tomorrow? And now, unless we have voted you to become the president. Does it make sense? Jeji el komense shine ma memfa wisi. Bidian mega makraw yakupon eshraw. Ma mi che ba fo hemi fi di America butimamo. Ma mi yakupon yo kese. Ma mi roye bi hemi fi UK. E do bibia nso ahwe platform bia no. Yakupon eshraw makraw. Bye bye.